Hello students, in the previous class we were discussing about various subatomic particles. We have discussed about electrons, protons and neutrons, their mass and charges. This is denoted as E minus, this is denoted as P plus, this is denoted as N0. The mass of the electrons is negligible, mass of the protons is 1836 times that of electron, and neutron mass is same as that of protons. Mass is almost same. Now, we have discussed about these particles, but how they are arranged inside an atom is another important question. You can discuss your own models. We'll see what you can discuss your own models regarding the arrangement of electrons, protons and neutrons, and let us see if they are correct or if it is possible. The first atomic model was given by J.J. Thomson. His model was also called plum pudding model. J.J. Thomson said that entire positive charge is distributed throughout the atom, which is spherical, and electrons are embedded in the positive charge. Entire positive charge is distributed, that is, the mass is uniformly distributed throughout the atom and positive charge is embedded in the atom. This is what J.J. Thomson said, and the amount of positive charge balances the amount of negative charge. This is what J.J. Thomson said. Now, this is similar to a watermelon. You have red mass in the watermelon. This red mass can be considered as protons, and you have black seeds here and there distributed. These black seeds can be thought of as electrons. An atom is spherical in shape. This negative charge is said to be balanced with the positive charge. This can also be compared with plum pudding model, in which you have nuts. Take nuts. The nuts and fruits can be thought of as electrons. The plum pudding, the brown part, can be thought of as proton. The nuts are evenly distributed in the plum pudding. So this is how he said that an atomic model exists. Okay. But his student Rutherford observed results which did not match the J.J. Thomson's model. Let us see what Rutherford has done. Rutherford, he took a very thin gold foil. The reason why he took a very thin gold foil is because you can have less number of atoms. If you take very thin gold foil, you will have less number of atoms. If you see the sideways, you can have very less number of atoms. Now, what Rutherford observed is, he passed alpha rays through this gold foil and he kept a detector outside it. What are these alpha rays? Alpha rays are nothing but, from helium atom, if you remove 2 electrons, what you get is an alpha particle. This alpha particle is a positively charged particle. Now, if you remove 2 electrons from helium atom, inside the nucleus you have 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So that is what is an alpha particle. Alpha particle has only positive charge, 2 units of positive charge and no negative charge. Now, he passed alpha particles through the gold foil. When he passed alpha particles through the gold foil, he observed that most of the particles were passing through the gold foil. Some were deflecting at smaller angles, some were deflecting at larger angles, and very few were coming right back. This is what he discovered. Now, if atom consists of entire sphere of the atom is positive, then all the particles of the alpha particles must come back. But what he observed was, most of the particles were passing through the gold foil. This shows that most of the space inside an atom is empty, and very few were deflecting with large, some were deflecting at large angles, some were deflecting at small angles, some were coming right back. So, whichever particles were coming right back, they must have hit the positive charge which is present in a very small space inside an atom. This is what Rutherford observed. Based on the Rutherford's observations, first point we can discuss is most of the space inside the atom is empty, because most of the alpha particles were passing through, most of the space inside the atom is empty, and only in some part of the atom, that is in the central part of the atom, you have the positive charge distributed in a very small place, which inside the atom has got positive charge, because of which the alpha particles were deflecting at smaller angles and at larger angles. Based on this, we can give salient features of Rutherford. The first feature that he gave was all positive charge inside an atom. He said all positive charges inside an atom is concentrated at center in a small space around. All positive charges were concentrated at the center. All positive charges in an atom formed a dense small center called nucleus, and this center is called nucleus. Next, the electrons were not part of the nucleus. He said that all positive charges are concentrated at the center, and the center part is called nucleus. The electrons were not a part of nucleus, but electrons revolved around the nucleus in specific orbits, just like the planets revolve around the sun. And size of the nucleus is very small compared to the size of the atom. These are the salient features of Rutherford. This model is also called planetary model, because he said that electrons revolve around the nucleus just like planets revolve around the sun. That is why this model is also called as planetary model of an atom. Now, that's about Rutherford's model. Next, we shall see if there are any defects in Rutherford model in the next class. That's all for today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.